I'd like to just introduce Saul Cieza for a quick announcement.
Muy buenas noches. Si usted necesitara acceder a la versión en español de la presentación, pueden encontrarla en el enlace TINYURD junio 26 Fairfax Connector. Estaré disponible para interpretar sus preguntas al final de la presentación. Muchas gracias.
Hello, we can hear you.
My apologies. Thank you, Christian. Good evening. My name is Kayla Berry. I'm with the Fairfax County Department of Transportation, and I want to welcome you to this meeting to discuss the proposed June 2026 service changes. We want to remind you that this meeting is being recorded and may be posted on the county website and/or YouTube channel. Tonight, we will offer the opportunity at the end of the presentation to ask questions. At that time, participants will ask their questions aloud. The chat feature has been disabled for this meeting, so we will not take written questions. We encourage you to submit your comments to today's meeting using the online survey, online feedback form, written feedback, or phone call. Again, we'll have information on the various ways to provide those comments at the end of the presentation. I'd now like to welcome Christian Basai with our transit planning team at FCDOT. Christian?
Thank you, Kayla. Again, the planning team would like to welcome you to the Fairfax Connector June 2026 proposed service changes. So the agenda, if we can move on to the agenda. The agenda for this meeting will include an introduction, the purpose and rationale of the service changes, a table summarizing the proposed service changes, the route profile, the Title VI passenger rights, and we will conclude with the next steps. So let's go over the purpose and rationale behind the service change. The county's mission remains constant, which is to serve the public by providing safe, reliable, and accessible transportation. And to reach that goal, the planning team continuously assess and adjust as needed the transit system. The June 2026 service changes include the following routes: 101, 109, 335, 401, 402, 432, 461, 463, 552, 553, 615, 622, 625, 642, 924, 950, and 983. The proposed refinements for the June 2026 service changes aim to improve system efficiency and resource allocation, resulting in the improvement of the system on-time performance and reliability. So the next slide will cover the proposed service change is a table that summarizes the proposed service changes, and it will include a description and the justification of the changes by route. And the objective of the proposed changes is to improve route efficiency and reliability and to match route functionality with today's transit market. So for instance, we are adjusting midday service on route 101, 109, 983 to meet demand, and we are adjusting the schedule on route 432, 461, 463. We're also making an adjustment to many other routes to improve efficiency. Most of the changes aim for weekday schedule refinement with minimal impact to the level of service. Weekend service also will be adjusted with the elimination of Sunday service on Route 615, the elimination of weekend service on Route 642, and the improvement in frequency on Route 983. The weekend adjustment on Route 615 and 642 is due to low ridership. With the elimination of Sunday service on Route 615, passenger can use Route 630, 651, 670, 671, and 672 are service alternatives. And with the elimination of weekend service on Route 642, passenger can have the option to use 651 and 901. Due to low ridership, Route 552 and 622 will be discontinued, but passenger can use other route as alternative. I would like to add that most of the changes have no school impact in terms of the schedule. So what do we offer for service alternatives for those two routes that are being eliminated? So a lot of the route proposed for elimination or service reduction have duplicate service, which riders can take as an alternative. So for example, for Route 552, you can use the following route since it would be going away. 558, 559, 574, 924, 950, ribs 1 and 3, and the Silver Line to replace service. And with Route 622 being eliminated, Route 605 can be used to replace service. The next part of the presentation is to go over the route profile, starting with Route 101. So Route 101 offers Route 101 is a local route that operates in the southbound and northbound direction via Huntington Metro, Huntington Avenue, and Fallhorn Road. It also serves um, Vernon View Drive and George Washington Memorial Parkway. So Route 101 offers available transfer to more than a dozen routes, including Metro Bus, as well as gives you access to the Metro Rail Yellow Line. And within a quarter-mile distance, Route 101 connects a rider to more than 5 activity centers. What we are proposing for the service changes is the adjustment of midday service during weekday only to match today transit demand. No change to the weekend hours of service. And weekend service will remain, no change to the weekday, to the weekday service hours. And weekend service will remain as it is today. So what we're proposing, as I said, the weekday service will remain the same, and it will start at 4:26 a.m. and it will end at 11:53 p.m. with service running every 30 minutes during rush hour and 35 minutes during non-rush hour. We have the existing service to the top right corner. You can compare that to the proposed service in the level of service table. As you can tell, service hours are remaining the same. The only difference is the change in the non-rush hour frequency, how often the bus will come. It's currently operating every 30 minutes and we're proposing every 35 minutes. So the next route will be Route 109. Route 109 is a local route that operates all day, 7 days a week on Rose Hill Drive and Telegraph Road with access to Rose Hill Plaza, Huntington, and Vernon Metro rail stations. Route 109 offers available transfer to more than 17 routes, including Metro Bus, as well as gives you access to the Metro Rail yellow and blue lines. And within a quarter-mile distance, Route 101 connects rider to more than 7 activity centers. What we are proposing for the service changes is the adjustment of midday service during weekday only to match today's transit demand. No change to the weekday service hours. Weekend service is unchanged. So for the weekday service, the route will start at 4:59 a.m. and run until 11:20 p.m. with service every 30 to 35 minutes during rush hour and every 60 minutes during non-rush hour. Next is Route 335. Route 335 is a feeder route with weekday rush hour service only, and it operates on Fairfax County Parkway, Gunston Road, Morning View Drive, and Beulah Street with access to Fort Belvoir and to Franconia Springfield Metro Rail Station. Route 335 offers available transfer to more than 21 routes, including Metrobus and OmniRide, as well as access to the Metro Rail Blue Lines and VRE Fredericksburg Line. Within a quarter-mile distance, Route 335 connects rider to more than 7 activity centers. So for the service change, what we are proposing is the runtime adjustment to improve on-time performance and service reliability. So for service hours, the AM rush will operate from 6:05 a.m. until 10:08 a.m. Currently, it operates from 6:05 until 9:31 a.m. So you will have the last trip will last longer. It will operate all the way to 10:08 a.m. And the PM service will start at 2:52 and it will end at 6:49. And the bus will operate every 20 to 35 minutes. Let's move on to Route 401. So Route 401 with Route 402 are amongst our top performing routes in terms of ridership. They carry almost 12% of our weekday ridership. It is a local route that operates all day, 7 days a week, with service on Gallows Road, Annandale, Backley Road, and Mayfield, with access to Innova Fairfax Hospital, Don Loring, Tyson Corner, and Franconia Springfield Metro Rail Station. This is a great route as it offers available transfer to more than 42 routes, including Metrobus and OmniRide, as well as access to the Metro Rail Blue, Orange, and Silver lines and the VRE Fredericksburg line. Within a quarter-mile distance, Route 401 connects rider to more than 21 activity centers. So what we are proposing for the service changes is adjustment to weekday service only to improve on-time performance and service reliability. No change to weekend service. Weekday service will operate from 3:35 a.m. until 1:32 a.m. And that will be every 15 to 20 minutes during rush hour and every 20 to 30 minutes during non-rush hour. Next is Route 402. So similar to Route 401, Route 402 operate in the opposite direction of Route 401. And it is also an all-day service, 7 days a week, with service on Gallows Road, Annandale, Backley, and Mayfield, and gives you access to Innova Fairfax Hospital, and also to Don Loring, Tyson Corner, and Franconia Springfield Metro Rail stations. Route 402 offers available transfer to more than 42 routes, including Metrobus and OmniRide, as well as access to the Metro Rail Blue, Orange, and Silver lines and the VRE Fredericksburg line. And similar to 401, within a quarter-mile distance, Route 402 connects rider to more than 21 activity centers. So what we are proposing for the service changes is adjustment to weekday service only to improve on-time performance and service reliability. No change to weekend service. So for the weekday service, the route will operate from 4:02 a.m. until 2:26 a.m. Currently is operating from 4:02 until 2:29 a.m. And the bus will come every 15 to 20 minutes during rush hour and 20 to 30 minutes during non-rush hour. Next route will be Route 432. So Route 432 is a local route with weekday rush hour service only. It operates via Spring Hill Road, Lewinsville Road, and Farm Credit with connection to Spring Hill Metro Rail Station and Farm Credit Administration. Passenger using Route 432 can transfer to over 6 connectors route and the Silver Line and have access to 7 activity centers within a quarter-mile distance. So what we are proposing for the service changes is adjustment to weekday frequency to improve on-time performance and service reliability. No change to service hours. The AM rush hour service is from 5:31 a.m. until 9:20 a.m. and the PM rush hour service is from 3:27 p.m. until 7:20 p.m. with service every 60 minutes. So next will be Route 461. Route 461 is a feeder route with all-day service only, and it operates on Tapawingo Road, Park Street, Flint Hill Road, Maple Avenue, and Bushman Drive. Passenger using Route 461 can transfer to more than a dozen other routes, including Metrobus and Q, as well as have access to the Orange Line and connect to more than 6 activity centers within a quarter-mile distance. So what we are proposing is a minor service adjustment to improve on-time performance and to ensure that the route operates as scheduled. The hours of service remain the same as current, 6 a.m. until 7:55 p.m., with the bus running every 40 minutes during rush hour and non-rush hour. Next route is Route 463. So Route 463 operates in the northbound and southbound direction 7 days a week via North Lee Street, Maple Avenue, and Gonsnell Road. Route 463 connects to more than 9 activity centers and offers available transfer to more than 25 routes, including Metrobus and Q, and also gives you access to the Metro Rail, Orange, and Silver lines. So what we are proposing is a minor service adjustment to improve service reliability, on-time performance, and enhance rider satisfaction. The hours of service remain the same, 5:05 a.m. until 11:48 p.m., with the bus running every 25 to 30 minutes during rush hour and every 30 minutes during non-rush hour. Let's move on to the next route, which will be Route 553. This is a feeder route that operates in the northbound and southbound direction via Reston South Park and Ride, Viking Drive, and gives you access to Herndon Senior Center and Herndon Harbor House, as well as Kingstream Drive. When you use Route 553, you can connect to more than 17 routes, including Loudon Transit. You can also use Route 553 to access the Silver Line, and within a quarter-mile distance, you can connect to more than 9 activity centers. So for adjustment, we're proposing, due to low ridership, a schedule adjustment on the route. No change to the span of service. This is a rush hour. This is a weekday rush hour route, so there's no service on a weekend. So for the weekday service, what we're proposing for service hours is for the route to start at 5:40 a.m. until 9:40 a.m. in the morning, and for the PM rush hour service, 3:05 p.m. until 7:22 p.m. And the route will operate every 40 minutes. So let's move on to the next route, which will be Route 615. Not only Route 615 connects passenger traveling from the Fairfax area to Reston, but it also offers transfer to more than 18 routes, including Metrobus. And within a quarter-mile distance along the route, rider can access 14 activity centers. So due to low ridership, the weekday service is adjusted and Sunday service is eliminated. However, there will be service alternatives for those who will travel on Sunday. And I did provide a list of routes you can utilize in replacement of 615. So service will run from 6:40 a.m. until 9:20 a.m. on a weekday, and the bus will run every 60 minutes during rush hour and non-rush hour. Again, Sunday service will be eliminated, but there will be options available in replacement. So let's move on to the next route, which is Route 625. So Route 625 is a local route that currently operates all day from Pender Drive to Monument Drive Transit Center via Random Hills Road, Waples Mill Drive, and Fairfax Ridge Road. It offers transfer to more than 16 routes, including Metrobus, and within a quarter-mile distance along the route, rider can access 6 activity centers. Due to low ridership, Route 625 is reduced to midday service with service from 9 a.m. until 1:52 p.m. and the bus will run every 30 minutes. Next will be Route 642. Route 642 is a feeder route that operates weekday only with service to and from Centerville via Stone Road, Aubrey Pine Drive, Braddock Road, and Westfield Boulevard. Passengers who use Route 642 can connect to more than 6 connector routes and have access to 6 activity centers, including Centerville Stone Park and Ride and Sully Station Government Center Park and Ride. And that allows for greater connectivity and travel options inside or outside of the county. For adjustment, weekday service is reduced to rush hour only. Limited service during midday and weekend service is eliminated. So the AM rush hour service will start at 6 a.m. until 8:50 a.m. And the midday service will be limited from 12:13 p.m. until 1:12 p.m. So 2 trips will operate during midday. Again, it will be from 12:13 p.m. until 1:12 p.m. And the PM rush hour service will start at 3 p.m. until 5:56 p.m. Next is Route 924. Route 924 operates as a local route all day in the northbound and southbound direction on Herndon Parkway, Drainsville, and Franklin Farm. And those who use Route 924 can transfer to over 14 routes, including Loudoun Transit Route, as well as the Metro Silver Line. It connects to more than 8 activity centers, including the Nova Loudoun Community College, the Loudoun campus, and also you can access Herndon Metro Station or Town Center at Sterling. So in response to today's transit market, we are proposing for the refinement of weekday service due to low ridership. No change to span of service. So for the weekday service hours, they will remain unchanged. The route will start at 5 a.m. till 10:32 p.m. as it currently runs. But the bus will operate every 30 minutes during rush hour and every 60 minutes during non-rush hour. Next will be Route 950. 950 is an all-day route 7 days a week with service to Herndon Metro Station from Reston Town Center Transit Station via Walgate, Eldon Street, and it gives you access to Reston Hospital Center. This is a great route for those trying to travel within Reston or outside of Reston, as it provides available transfer to over 18 connectors route as well as the Silver Line. Along the route, you have access to over 11 activity centers within a quarter-mile distance. To ensure the bus is running on time, what we are proposing is a minor adjustment to weekday service. We want to make sure that that service is reliable and attractive to riders. So the service hours will remain unchanged for the weekday service. It will still be 4:10 a.m. until 1:28 a.m. But the bus will run every 20 minutes during rush hour and every 20 to 30 minutes during non-rush hour. So finally, we have Route 983, which is one of 2 connectors route with access to Dulles Airport. It operates all day, 7 days a week via Park Center Road and Space Museum Parkway, with access to both Innovation Center Metro Station and Air and Space Museum. This is a cost-saving route for those who park at Innovation Center Metro Station or at Dulles Airport. You have transfer available to over 9 routes and the Silver Lines, and passengers using Route 983 can have access to over 10 activity centers within a quarter-mile distance. So you can use it to travel to the museum or to the Dulles Airport. So to improve weekend on-time performance, we are proposing a schedule adjustment. The weekday service is unchanged. So Saturday service will run from 7:09 a.m. until 6:51 p.m. Currently, it is 7:16 until 7:04 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. And on Saturday, the bus will run every 40 to 60 minutes, and Sunday service will start at 7 a.m. until 7:13 p.m. and it will run every 40 to 60 minutes. In response to a request from Dulles Airport, the bus stop at the airport has been relocated to the Kiss and Fly along Parking Garage 1. This realignment of the route is currently in effect and will be formalized during the June 2026 service changes. Now that we have covered the profiles, we can move on to the Title VI. So to ensure that its transit services are provided in a non-discriminatory manner, FCDOT conducted an analysis for the June 2026 proposed service changes to determine if the changes will cause a disparate impact, known as DI, or a disproportionate burden, DB, and on the population protected under Title VI. And for the proposed changes on Route 642, a disparate impact was identified. Title VI requires a justification or mitigation to be provided if a DI is identified. And FCDOT's justification or mitigation is that limited midday service was retained on a route to maintain access and mobility. So what do we have for next steps? So we anticipate final changes and service refinement in spring of 2026. The anticipation of board approval, spring of 2026, and service implementation, summer of 2026. I do thank you for your time, and I pass it on back to Kayla.
Now we'd like to open the meeting for questions and comments, and here are your instructions. Raise your hand located at the top of your screen. We will enable your microphone and call on you to ask your question. Please unmute yourself when your name is called and ask your question or provide your comment. Please mute yourself after you have asked your question. If you are on the phone, press *5 to raise your hand, and when you are called upon by your phone number, press *6 to unmute. After you are finished, please push *6 to mute yourself. Any questions? Yes, Mr. Bundix.
Hello, I have 4 more comments about Route 574.
Okay.
One is, I think it will be good to extend it to Tyson's. Right now it ends at Tyson's West Park. It will be convenient if it kept going down Route 7 to the Tyson's metro station area. There'll be more transfers like to Route 6, 462, 467, and metro buses. And the route used to go there before 2010. And right now the 574 has 14-minute layovers usually at Tyson's West Park, so it might be possible to do this without additional resources. And 2, it will be good to reroute 574 at Colvin Run off of Route 7, because there are some shops, office buildings, a senior living community on Colvin Run Road at Walker Road, so the bus could turn off and serve that area. And then 3, it would be good to improve the span of service, so especially weekend mornings. The old timetable before 2022 had westbound service from West Park at 6:03 a.m., but now it's been cut back to 7:51 a.m. It would be helpful to have earlier morning service. And also there's some bus stop maintenance concerns. So there are 2 stops where the bus is supposed to stop, like it's announced on the bus, but there are no bus stop flags. And that's at Serenity Woods Lane, eastbound, and Downey Drive, westbound. And there's also a stop with a flag at Lewinsville Road, westbound, that has a flag, but the bus, I don't think it's supposed to stop there. And then also with VDOT's new widening of Route 7, there were new bus stop boarding pads installed at some stops, but other stops do not have them, so it's a little bit mismatched. So like at Serenity Woods Lane, there's a bus stop across the street from the actual bus stop, and same condition at Middleton Ridge Road. Thank you.
All excellent comments. Christian or planning team, anyone have anything, any remarks or any feedback?
Yeah,
Go ahead, Carl.
yeah, we thank you for your feedback, Zoltan. We do appreciate that. We'll evaluate your requests. We've taken notes and we'll evaluate your suggestions. As far as the bus stop issues, that's something that we'll also look into as well. That's a facilities question, but we'll look into your comments and evaluate your requests as far as service planning is concerned.
Sounds good. Okay, our next question, I believe it's Anthony. Would you like to go ahead and unmute yourself?
Yes, ma'am. Hello, how you doing today?
Hi, how are you? Good evening.
Oh, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I actually jumped in on this because I saw this pop up last week that we could jump into this forum, right? And
Great.
as somebody who is from here, from the Fairfax County area, raised in Reston, and actually became a driver for Connector.
Oh, great.
Um, I truly believe in the service. I believe that the service is an amazing service. I've driven up in New York, I've driven up in New Jersey, and I got to come back home and I can say Fairfax Connector is an amazing transportation service. Now, from the eyes of a driver, I I was looking because two of the routes that I saw on the list were the 552 and the 574. And the 552, just as a driver who knows every route between the Herndon garage and the West Ox garage, the 552 is a terribly designed route.
Mm.
Terribly designed because the way that Reston is shaped, the way I'm from Reston, Virginia, it's four buses running on the same street and then saying that it doesn't get ridership when four buses are all riding on the same two-lane street. Um, I believe that the 552 could be better a better layout because it is the only route that comes out to Innovation Station on this side, on the Loudoun County side. But also the 574, as stated earlier, it could be extended over to Tyson's just because it has coming from Reston and going out to the Tyson's area. It truly services no one because Route 7 is a bunch of big houses. Nobody is riding the bus over there. However, if you were to allow for people from the town of Reston to have access to the mall outside of the subway system as we used to have when I was younger, the bus used to go out to the mall and bring you back into town. It's more accessible for the people that are in the town, especially the ones who don't want to ride on the subway, the ones who live within those neighborhoods who don't want to have to transfer and go over to the subway station when the bus literally just goes down Route 7. But really, that's my only input. I just wanted to say from the eyes of a driver and from the eyes of an actual rider, I actually do ride the bus still, that some of the routes, especially here in the Reston area that have been discussed, they just need a better layout, service more people and stop servicing the same nucleus of area. Because then when we get that there's low ridership, I literally have driven the 552, the Ribs 3, the 558, and the 574. They all go down North Shore. So if one person gets on one, they're gonna get to the same place anyways. And that's it. That's my input, y'all.
Thank you so much, Anthony. We really appreciate your perspective and thoughtful feedback. Um, Team from the planning team, is there any response or anything that you'd like to say to Anthony?
Anthony, we do
Yeah,
thank you for your comments, and those comments, we're taking notes for all the comments that are being submitted during the meeting, as well as those who will come out of the survey. and we will review them and see how we can make adjustment where it's needed. Keep in mind that we're working with a under a budget constraint. However, we do appreciate all the comments that have been submitted. We will consider them in our future service changes. Thank
One
you.
more question before I'm separated from this.
Sure, no worries. We got all the time. Go ahead.
How would it be outside of these forums? How would it be that the upper, I don't know if you call it upper, but the executive side of it and the practical side, the drivers and the officials, the people that we're talking to, how would it be that we can actually have like a conversation outside of forums like this? Because this is, as a driver, as an operator, somebody who loves public transit and somebody who truly loves the bus, loved the bus since I was a kid. I take public transit very serious. I love picking people up. I love routes making sense. So how would it be that we could have a conversation, get feedback other than it just being a forum and then saying, oh, a route's going to be cut? Because when a route is cut, it does affect us as well. It's easy for the public, but then as the worker, if my route is cut, then what does that look like on the back end? What is the alternative for a route that possibly has 12 buses running throughout the day? The 552 having 6 running in the morning, 6 running in the afternoon. That means 12 drivers are without a route. So how do we get into a place where we can have a conversation? That's all I want to know. And then I'm good.
Thank you for that comment. The planning team periodically will have a garage visit where we meet with the driver so we can have a brainstorming session, gather feedback from the operator, but also bring to the table what we're planning for future changes. I don't know if you are aware of some of those garage visits taking place, but that will be an opportunity. We do them. We try to do them every quarter, where we rotate. We go from one division to the other, and again, this is our opportunity to interact with the drivers and also give them a platform, to provide feedback. But that's something that might work for you. And again, if you have any question, you can reach out to the planning team. But usually we go out and meet with the drivers at the different locations.
Nice. And how do I reach out to the planning team?
Well, we also have the service, the Joint Planning and Operation Coordination Service. That's monthly. That will also be, you'll probably have to talk to your manager and see if you can attend one of those meetings. And I believe there's actually one tomorrow.
Yes, there's one tomorrow. It's usually held the last Wednesday of the month.
Okay. And
it's held virtually.
It's virtual?
It's held, it's virtual, just like what we're doing right now. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Can I get a link to it? And then after that, I'm out of y'all heads, y'all. I'm about to go back outside.
It's okay. It's all good. We love to have you. And we do appreciate our operators. You guys are our first line of customer service. You're the first people see during the day when they start their day, and they're usually the last people when it's hold on 1 second. Last people that they see on their way home at night. So we really appreciate you guys and everything that you do. It really does matter, and we appreciate you sharing your thoughts. Anthony, if you could, I'm going to give you some contact information here shortly, and then if you can, if anything, I can give you my information, or I don't know if Kyle or somebody else wants to give their information, but I think the instruction would be to check with your supervisor and see if you can attend that meeting tomorrow.
I am going to attend. I'm off tomorrow.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you need any help finding that, just, let us know.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. Somebody's been very, very patient at the top. I don't have a name, but your hand is still raised. You're number 1, but I don't have a clue as to who you are, and you're on the phone. So you're gonna need to press *6 to unmute, and I believe you're on the phone. If not, you can just open up your mic. Hello? Hello? You want to press *6 to unmute your phone? Or just, oh, there's your mic. Okay. So if you just unmute yourself, then you should be able to ask your question. That's okay. So sorry. It's okay. I think we're having some technical difficulties for these folks. Oh, there we go. See, there's Anthony still. Hold on one second. Okay. Let's see here. 415-3544. Are you unmuted? Hello? I just can't seem to. Are you trying to unmute yourself? Here, let me see if I can unmute you. Oh, you've lowered. Nope, your hand isn't lowered. Let's see. Let me unmute you. See if that works. I am having difficulty. And I apologize. I don't know if it's an issue on your end or on ours. Can you try speaking now? Can you press *6 and see if that will help? Okay, well, I apologize for the technical difficulty. I'm, unable to access you right now. But are there any other questions anybody has? We'd love to. And then for the person that's trying on the phone that's trying to raise your hand, I can provide you with contact information at the very end here. Alrighty. Okay, so if there's no other questions, we've come to the end of our meeting this evening. If you didn't get a chance to provide feedback verbally or would prefer to submit feedback online, please visit the Fairfax Connector webpage for a link to public input and fill out the online survey, which is available in both English and Spanish. Comments will be accepted through March 1st, 2026. You can also call us at 703-339-7200. That's our customer service information center, and they will be glad to help you. Finally, you can mail comments to Fairfax County Department of Transportation. Attention Transit Planning, proposed summer 2026 service changes, Fairfax Connector, 4050 Legato Road, Fairfax, Virginia 22033. As I said, by phone, you can also reach us through TTY if necessary at 703-339-1608. So even if you commented today at our meetings, our meeting earlier today or this evening, we really encourage you to go to the public input site and definitely put in your information. There's also room for an open comment. There's very specific questions related to routes. You can choose which route you want to talk about. It's up to you. So we really, really encourage you to go on there. You've got about 7 more days or so to actually, no, you've got about 5 more days. I forgot. February is a short month. So we got 5 more days to get your comments in through this Sunday. So again, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to join us. We appreciate all of our customers. We appreciate our regional staff and even our operators who care enough to spend a little bit of time with us and sharing their thoughts. We do truly appreciate you. And our team will work very hard to make sure that they look into the suggestions that have been made, and hopefully we can make something work for you. So again, thank you so much for your participation this evening. We appreciate you, and we hope you have a good evening. Thank you. Good night.